looks better. I need to raise this. I'm Johnny Roque. This is Johnny Explains. It's a podcast series I do. It's just me talking to a camera. That's all. If you want to talk to me, that's great. I write jokes during this time. There's my joke book writing session. If you got jokes about Hulk Hogan, let me know. I want to talk about Hulk Hogan. He was really an impressive person. I don't care why people hated him at the end of his life. I knew him in the beginning. Like, when it's weird when he was your hero. Like, as a kid, Hulk Hogan was my hero. Like, oh man, you guys don't get how good life was before the internet. Before the internet, we had heroes and they were like good people. Now the internet, we just have like, there's no more heroes because of the internet. Like, if the internet wasn't a thing, we would have never known Hulk Hogan was a racist. Never. It would have just been like, oh yeah, look at Hulk Hogan. Body slamming people. How cool. I didn't need to know more about Hulk Hogan. Not more than that. Oh man, I had like all his toys. It was just Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, those two, The Undertaker. But Hulk Hogan was like the guy who every kid was like wanted to be like. Everyone was like, oh, Jake the Snake. How cool. He has a snake, but does he have a leg drop? Like, he came in with like it was such a weird life to watch. A wrestler's life is just kind of like a comedian's life. I read the book by Mick Foley. It's his recount of just how people live. And I also read like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's book. Like, wrestlers live just like comedians. You have to go gig to gig. A lot of wrestlers have like normal jobs. That's insane to me that wrestlers have normal jobs. Then they have to go and do wrestling as their job. Like, they have to go like pretend to get beat up. Like, they have to go. Oh, wait. Let me see. Hey, Rosie. I met him one day at an event and he called me a hot Indian samosa. Oh, nice. He doesn't seem like he was like the best with words. I'd say that. Like, Hulk Hogan does not seem like he was good with the words all the time. That's why he said like a lot of brother. Like, that was his thing. He needed a catchphrase. Hulk Hogan didn't have a lot of great words. He wasn't a man of like, oh, I want to hear what his thoughts are. No, he was like, brother. Oh, cool. He's doing a leg drop. That's all Hulk Hogan was. Like, when I was a kid, oh man, that's the thing me and my dad like bonded most against. Like, but we bonded most with each other over like professional wrestling. That was the only sport. Like, it wasn't like a real sport. Most kids have like real sports they can hang out with their dads with. Like, oh, we're gonna go watch baseball. This guy has this many hits. Oh, we're gonna go watch football. Me and my dad were just like, let's watch some wrestling. This guy got elbowed. Hell yeah. Look at this. Oh man, he's bleeding. That's really like and seeing Hulk Hogan just wrestle, like, for NWO, when Hulk Hogan switched wrestling leagues from the WWF to NWO, a lot of people want to bring up how bad of a person he was in real life, or what he was in his 60s or 70s. Oh man. But like, remember what he was in his like before the internet, like during the Hollywood Hogan eras. The Hollywood Hogan era was just like, I feel like that was more him. Now that we know more about Hulk Hogan, I feel like Hollywood Hogan was him. Hulk Hogan was like the champion. Hulk Hogan was like, I wish the headlines said Hollywood Hogan died. That would have been a lot better, right? If the headlines were like, Hollywood Hogan no longer is with us, people would have been like, yeah, Hollywood Hogan's the worst. Hey, Molly. Oh, man. They had to say Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was the good one. People don't understand. Hulk Hogan was he was the persona. He was a good persona. Hollywood Hogan was the bad persona. Hollywood Hogan unalive because of cardiac arrest. Like, oh man, that's Hollywood Hogan for you. Was always the heartless Hollywood guy. That was his character. That's one thing I love about wrestlers. Hey, how you doing from France? Oui. I just said yes. Give me like a few minutes. I'm bad at languages. I'm bad at English. I had to go to like speech therapy when I was a kid. That's how bad I am at English. I couldn't say words that were the only words I knew. Man, should have said luscious lips. Dude, I don't know. Like Hollywood Hogan was the only guy. Like when I was a kid, I would remember Hulk Hogan talking about his 27-inch pythons. Like that was cool. Just seeing, like, I don't know, something about like being a kid and seeing wrestlers just being these like outrageous ballerinas. That's wrestling really is outrageous ballerinas. Just being like my 27-inch pythons. I was like, dang, that's cool. Like my dad was just like, oh, that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. And like as a kid, I was like, my dad's a strong guy. Yeah, that makes sense. He loved the Sikh community. They even have a 3-day prayer ceremony in the UK. Dang. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like everyone wants to take. I don't know anything about Terry, whatever his name is. All I know is really just Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan lore, like just things that like came out in the tabloids, came out on the internet, just that people come down through rumors. And that's the thing, like knowing people that like do have to be in the rumor mill, that do have to go through like tabloids where people have made money off of just smearing their name, like knowing that, and then knowing normal people and having to have like that same level of like, oh well, they're not perfect. Nah, they're not perfect. They're not like the most perfect people out there. Like it's insane that like they're, hey Nicole, it's insane that like that wrestlers are put on a pedestal to be these wonderful people. It's the sport of lying has to be set to this degree of like, oh yeah, we're gonna like have fake names and we're gonna have fake personas, and then like when you're off stage, you got to be a good person. Wrestlers are in, like, they're cool people because they're just insane bros that are like, yeah, guess what? You're gonna body slam me, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, you hurt me, but then I'm gonna get you in an armbar. Like those guys aren't supposed to be like your role models per se. They're supposed to be your entertainers. I think we got that's a good one. That's a good one. I write that down. Somewhere we got role models and entertainers confused. Like somewhere in history we went from role models and entertainers are the same things. Maybe it was during the time like people didn't have dads. Like people needed to find role models in anything. Like role models and entertainers should have never been like intertwined. Just being an entertainer myself, I'm like, I'm not a really good role model. My job is to like make whatever I can out of like you laughing, or whatever I can out of what like moving equipment on a set, or like that's my job. Like that's not a good role model. Like a good role model, like a pastor that is like a normal pastor. Like I think my dad's a good role model because he's a pastor, but he's not rich at it. You know, he had a normal job his whole life. He pastored on the side. His side hustle was saving souls. That's a pretty good side hustle. Didn't really bring in a lot of like side hustle money, but it was like a good like thing to do on the side. Like when people are like just strictly pastors, and I'm like, dang, you guys gotta save a ton of souls to cover rent, huh? About to leave to Salinas for the 12-minute spot. Hey, Thorth, have a good 12-minute spot. Don't start off with anything new. Just, just some advice. A lot of new comics want to start off with like new stuff at the top. Hey, I got this new joke. I'm going to throw it right up front. What the hell? You don't want them to like you? You want to bomb immediately? Wait till the middle, bro. Like if you got new stuff, do like 1 or 2 jokes that you know are bangers, that like get at least your personality out there. And then like that middle part, throwing that joke just in case it bombs. People are forgiving. People will forgive you when a joke doesn't work. Like 2 jokes in, they'll just be like, oh, okay, whatever. He had those 2 first good ones. But yeah, have a good set in Salinas. Don't try and get crazy there. Salinas is crazy. Anytime I go to Northern California, I'm always like, dang, you guys still gangbang hard up here. like it's the 80s. Okay, cool. That's a good way to start it off, man. Have a good one. I don't know. Tell me a Hulk Hogan story before you take off. Because Hulk Hogan was like the base of my wrestling dreams, dude. Like anytime, like seeing it happen, I think either the year before or like the year of my birth. Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant. I was born that year. Or like it was a year before I was born. But it's still like an important memory for me because when I went to the internet in middle school in 2000 in 2001, I went to like the library, got online, looked up that video of Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. I watched that for like a week. That's what I was doing. I watched that on repeat. I was just like, I was in wrestling chat rooms. Hey, did you guys hear that? Did you guys see the link of like when Hulk Hogan? It's like it was such an iconic moment to me. Still, I couldn't believe how important wrestling was to me until I kind of got older. Like I don't really watch it as much. I watch it with my dad sometimes, but it's still like not a thing where I'm like glued to like the week to week basis. Like one of my friends was a writer on them, and I was like, "Oh, that's really dope, this dude." And then he came back, and it was like, "It's not as fun as you think." And I was like, dude." And what's up, Biscuit? Like he came back, and I was like, "I'm not having that much." I was like, Then told me about like the whole entire business side of the WWF, and I'm like, man, I don't want to know that. Like the internet gave us too much information to enjoy stuff. It's just like before the internet, you could like kind of enjoy it regardless of what you knew about it. Hey, what's that movie about? I don't know. Let's go watch it. Hey, what's that thing? Okay, I don't know. Hey, what's that restaurant? Okay, let's go try it out. Like before the internet, you just tried things out. Like now with the internet and everything, you can hate it before you get to it. That's not fair. That's like you can hate it only has 2 stars, but it's the only thing around. Dang. Like it's like before you even got there. Like now you're like, oh, Hulk Hogan did what? He did what in 2008? Oh, he did this old white guy, this old white man who grew up. Like it's weird that people had higher standards for Hulk Hogan. He was a rich white man. And just in general, if you don't know rich white dudes, not all of them great guys. Not all of them have the best record for being good people. Rich white dudes, no. But could they body slam people? Not all of them. Could they take a body slam? Not all of them. Could they like do a leg drop from the top rope? Not all of them. Like I'm just very intrigued how like wrestling just stopped people from like understanding that these guys are just entertainers. Like wrestlers are, some of them try to be like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's trying to be more. He has to kind of be like a role model, and probably should be. Like he seemed like a good guy. Mick Foley. I think Mick Foley is probably a good role model. I met him one time at like a book signing thing. It looked like everything was still hurting him when I met him. Like he was sitting down. It was after him. Like he used to do these tours at the comedy clubs, improvs and stuff, where he would just do a set or like do stories. Oh, when I was in Canada, like because Mick Foley would just go off and do a bunch of like different types of wrestling leagues. When I wrestled in Japan, like when I shook his hand, it felt like he still felt strong, but like an old building strong. And like, but like I think he should be like a good role model. He seemed like he's always been a good family man, always kind of chased his dreams. I think because I read his book. That's why I read his book. I was like, he's from upstate New York. He's a really cool guy. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, again, a role model type of guy. Hulk Hogan should have stopped being a role model. I think like at the end of his like lifetime, after 50, maybe should have stopped trying to be a role model. He should have been kind of in that era of his life of like, oh, I don't want to be in the limelight anymore. I want to do sins. Like please don't put your limelight on me. I'm old enough to do sins now before I die. And like it's all, I don't know. When an old buff guy, always a weird guy. Like an overly buff guy. Why do you need all that muscle? You're old. What are you trying to do? Like how many bottles of pills do you have to open? Like Hulk Hogan wasn't even twisting off the bottles. He was just like squeezing them out like Popeye and taking them all in at once. Dang. That was just yeah, I'm very impressed with how many people felt angry towards Hulk Hogan. Because I know you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. I know you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. You're supposed to like at least be like, he tried, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan. Immediately, people jumped on board and was just like, you know what, that guy, piece of does that guy? Oh, I hated that guy at the end of his life. I hate it, and it's like, oh man, you don't have to remember him for that. He probably did some good things. Yeah, like there was this interview with Jesse the Body Ventura about how he was trying to start a union in the WWF, and Vince McMahon eventually essentially fired him for trying, and like Jesse sued. And during deposition, at least this is what I understand. During deposition, he found out that Hulk Hogan ratted him out. He ratted him out for, trying to start a union. And Jesse the Body Ventura was like, yeah, I can never be friends with that guy. Can't trust him. And that's true. You can't trust him. But he worked with him. You could probably work with him again. Probably wouldn't want to. But like that, like stuff like that. Stuff like that when you look back, I think that's why you should be a good person currently. Like currently, you should definitely be a good person. You can't do anything about like stuff you did in the past or stuff you're going to do in the future. But like right now, at least try to be a good person. So at least, so when you pass away, people aren't over there celebrating on your grave. People aren't trying to do the Hogan leg drop over your R.I.P. Hogan. Like just like be a good person, like one day out of the week. I think that's why God commanded like to have a Sabbath. God commanded to have a Sabbath just to remind people, be good at least once. Be good at, like there's 7 days be out of one of the 7. Be good. You're to do something nice. Don't or our best do nothing at all. Do nothing at all. Keep the Sabbath holy. Do nothing at all, and then go on and do sins. Just go there if you can have restraint for 1 out of the 7 days. God is happy. That's that's all that he's asking. God is only asking for restraint for 1 out of 7 days. Not that hard. Just so like when you pass away, people can say he was a good guy on Sundays. He was a good guy. Every other day, I hated that guy. For 1 out of 7 days. That's how they used to explain it to me when I was a kid. Like whenever I'd go to church, they'd always be like, man, you got Sundays for God. He's only asking for 1 day. And it'll always be like, they broke it down into fractions all the time. God's only asking for 1 out of 7 days. God's only asking for 10% of your month. God is only asking. I was like, yeah, that's a lot. I've been asking for God. I've been asking. I'm just waiting for his returns. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing good, dude. Come down to my show. I got one coming up over at Harvard and Stone, I believe. It's going to be at 10 p.m. And I got one at the Ha Ha Cafe this Wednesday, Ha Ha Cafe. I got one on Friday at the Comedy Store. And then I got one next Wednesday at the Covina Laugh Factory. So I'm trying to get my dates through. Anybody want to book me? Hit me up. I'm bookable. You can hit me up in my DMs. I do jokes. I have a sound system. I'll bring it to your house. I'll bring like 3 comics. It'd be a good time. What else? I'm on this Hulk Hogan talk. If you guys have anything to say about Hulk Hogan, if you're a fan of him, if you guys have any like real gripes with him, let me know. That'd be cool because I really don't have any. I have no gripes with Hulk Hogan. I know he did like some bad things, but honestly, I can't really like be on against him. He's not alive anymore. Like I'm not going to try and remember him for the 18 mistakes he made at the end of his life. I'm trying to remember Hulk Hogan for the 975 body slams he took. Like he was the first guy to go. He was the first guy to try and make it from wrestling league to mainstream. That's what Hulk Hogan was the first to go from wrestling to mainstream media. Like, you guys don't respect that. There's no respect on that. Like, he was trying to go from a guy who got hit in the head with a chair to like movies. That's hard. That's hard for anybody. And he wasn't a good actor. Hulk Hogan was a terrible actor. He went from like mainstream media, like he went from like going from getting hit with chairs to making movies about being an outer space alien nanny to going back to getting hit with chairs. That's what his movies were about. He had terrible movies. I think Hulk Hogan tried to be like this funny dad type lead, like what they're doing with John Cena, but John Cena does it way better. Hulk Hogan does not do it that good. Hulk Hogan was like, go watch his movies. They do not hold up. Mm-mm. There's several times when you watch a Hulk Hogan movie and you're like, please get hit with a chair. Why is chair not hitting you? Oh, this isn't my place. This is not my place. I am cat sitting. I'm cat sitting again. My friend took off. They asked, hey, can you come feed my cat at least 3 times a day? We're going to be gone. And I was like, yeah. Turns out they have a beautiful place. They have this like beautiful view outside of Echo Park. Echo Park it has a street called Glendale. It drives right up to the 2. It goes right down to the park. But on both sides of the street, giant hills, giant beautiful hills. And this, like, one of the areas that like I'm at right now is just like, oh, this house is gorgeous. Very happy to be a cat sitting here. You tried. Thank you, though. Thank you. If this was my place, it'd probably be about this clean. Honestly, I'm a fairly clean person. I like try to keep things in order. I like to at least I would like to mop. I don't know why dudes hate dirt, like hate mopping or sweeping. It's kind of needed. I'm very much one of those guys to like, I let a mess pile up until a point. Like, I definitely, like, on Sundays. That's one way I keep it holy. I make sure I clean. Make sure I clean on Sundays. Make sure you try and keep like things orderly. Like the Lord wanted. I was talking about Hulk Hogan for a while now. I've been talking because he passed away earlier this week. He had a cardiac arrest. He was, yeah. Well, cleaning early in the morning, not so much for me. I like a lazy start if I'm going to do anything. If I'm going to do anything early, I'm going to work out. Working out in the morning is the best. Like when I like force myself to, I hate the first like 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes of morning waking up and be like, okay, come on, let's go work out. I don't want to. I'm going to bed. Like, but when I'm getting back into like a workout habit where I'm working out, like I'm going to say daily now. Hey, what's up, Jesus? I'm going to say daily I'm working out, right? Like, hey, Lord Jesus. I'm starting working out. Like I did legs yesterday. So that's day 1. I start with legs because I hate doing legs. So I start with legs. Today, I'm going to do a little bit of yoga. The next day, again, yoga. And then Monday, I'm going to go back to like chest and stuff. Like I'm getting back into shape. And that's like, I got to start doing it in the mornings. Because if I don't do it in the mornings, I don't do it. Like if I try, right? If I'm like, I'm going to wake up and work out. No, I'm not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wake up and convince myself to go to sleep. Like I just got to like this is what I did in college and it works. Sleep with a cup of coffee next to you. Just pure black coffee. Sleep with it next to you. As soon as you wake up, pound that coffee. Who cares what happens? Who cares how gross it is? Like once you pound that coffee, you're not going back to sleep. That's just how life works. That's why I was an A student in college. In college, 4.0, baby, for the first year. 4.0. Dean's List, because all I did was just drink coffee first thing I did in the morning. Just didn't do anything else. And now I'm going to start like meditating and working out in the morning. Oh, start with a meditation in your day. You get like 5 minutes just to yourself. As an old man, look at these gray hairs on this side. As an old man, I love those 5 minutes of just like, hey, I'm just gonna sit. No one talk to me. No one disturb me. I'm not gonna listen to anybody. I'm just gonna breathe. This is gonna be me. This is all me space. That's what I love about meditating. You can just have that like level of this is me space. Oh my God. What questions do you have? Because it's meditating time. It's not asking me questions time. Like as an old man, I love it. What works for me? Don't think, just do. Oh yeah, I do that at work. Like once I get into like the mode, once I get into like, hey, I'm going to bed at such and such time so I can at least get 5 hours of sleep so I can work out and have at least a 4-mile jog, and I can do an hour workout and then make myself a good meal like that. That's a morning for me. Not now. How often do I've done it? Not that often as I should, but I want to do it more. Like I did it. I'm going to do it. I did it like 2 weeks ago. That was a long time ago. I got to start doing it again. Like the last time, and this is what happened. At the beginning of the year, I just took it off. January 1st, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with it all. I'm not really doing anything. I'm over everything. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go into like this little shell. I'm going to go back into like my turtle hermit shell, reconfigure some stuff. And then I get back on the train. Like in January, I stopped being vegan because I was like, I can't really care that much about a lot of things right now. It's a lot of things are going crazy. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really want to work out. Why? Because I'm not going to push myself right now. It's a lot of things. I'm not going to be overwhelmed with like everything that's happening externally and internally. Nah, I'm going to give up on internal stuff for a moment. And now I'm back. Now I'm back to being like, all right, let's go back into the internal side. Let's go inside and fix that again. Because, you don't want to like strain yourself. People think like you only strain your physical muscles. No, you strain your spiritual muscles. You strain your mental muscles. You strain like a lot of other things. Like you're a living force. You're very complex and you have a lot of things working at once. You can't overwork yourself in everything. Like if you're a very empathetic person, maybe like worrying about too much about like schedules or worrying too much about your body or anything might help. Like just not worry about that for a while. If you're going to worry about everybody else, you got to like stop worrying about yourself for a second. And then once you get that over with, you got to go back to yourself. Can't form dude, yeah, no, I believe that. Like you can't pour from an empty cup. It's good to set timer to restore yourself. Working out is good. You'd be surprised at how much you can walk just not thinking about it too. Well, walking works for me. See, like walking's cool, but like walking is like, it's more like thinking. Walking is more like just being in deep thought when I'm walking. I'm like, da, 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 da. I like working out. I like to the point where my body feels like someone's going to attack me. That's my favorite thing about working out, when my body is like, oh no, are we in danger? Like that's my favorite thing about working out. Like I think that's why I never do weights that often. Like I do some weights just to like keep the muscles like working, but I love cardio. I love cardio because it puts my body in that fight or flight motion. That like it doesn't know the difference that I'm not running away from like a lion or anything. Like when I'm running, after about 2 miles, my body wants to stop because it's tired, but I push it to go faster. And then I get like an adrenaline hit. This is how I know I'm a drug addict, because when I knew you could smoke weed and get high and then go for a run and get a runner's high, now I was like, oh, 2 highs? Oh, go smoke a good, that's like, that was my favorite thing, a blunt and like a jog. That was the best thing to do. Or like a joint and a jog, J&J. Because I'd just be running throughout the city being like, wow, the colors are nice. And after 2 miles, I would forget that I was tired. I would forget that like, oh man, you know what? I don't really want, like, in 2 miles in, I was just like, yeah, this is good. Let me keep going. I like I encourage everybody. If you have to like smoke a little to like before you work out, do it. Like, you're not gonna be an athlete. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're not going to the NFL. You're not gonna be an Olympian. You're working out. You're just trying to get in shape. You're doing something fun. Like, don't make like putting these external goals that mean nothing is what like really ruins it, because then you put yourself at an expectation that you're not even ready to reach. So like for me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna run. I don't care how long it's going to take. I'm just going to run. I'm going to do my time. If I get tired, I'll slow down. If I don't, blah blah blah. Because at this moment of like working out, I'm not setting goals. I'm not setting pacing. I'm just doing it because my body needs it. Like, I need to run 4 miles. I need to like do 50 push-ups. I need to do 25 pull-ups. I need this. Am I going to do it all at once? No, I'm going to do it in sets. Except for the 4 miles. I'll run the 4 miles all at once. I need my body to feel like it's being scared. That's another thing too. While I'm running, I run at my fastest right now. I run like a 9 minute 45-second mile at my fastest. And for a 37-year-old man, that's pretty good. I've seen other 37-year-old dudes. They can't do that. I've seen like, oh, when I'm running at the park, one of my favorite things is getting into like a mental competition with people. If you're trying to like work out and you're like worried about if what people think about you while you're working out, yeah, that's why you should be working out. That's the reason you're working out, because you're worried, oh no, people are thinking about me working out. Yeah, well, as you do it more, people are going to keep thinking about you working out. And then you do it so much, you're going to be like, oh, I hope people think about me working out. And that's why like running in the streets is my favorite. Like jogging, seeing other joggers. Like when I see another jogger at the park and they're running faster, they don't know it, but we're in a race. They don't know it. They don't know that I'm mentally like, okay, I got to push myself to be as fast as this dude. Why? I don't know. Just because I'm competitive like that. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching this. You guys have a great day. This was Johnny Explains Hulk Hogan. And if you have any Hulk Hogan stories, let me know. I'm going to tell my dates before I go. Monday nights, 10 p.m., live on the George Perez Stories podcast. Then next Wednesday, I'm going to be at the Ha Cafe. And then on Friday, I'm going to be at the Comedy Store. And then on Thursday, I think I'm going to be at the Brewing Company in Bell Gardens. I got a lot of comedy shows coming up. Come through. They're pretty fun. I enjoy it. I talk a lot of craziness. And if you get mad about it, don't vote for me. Don't vote for me, okay? If you get mad about things you hear me say, don't make me president. Just I don't know, watch me. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye. All right, 33 minutes done. Bow.